An American computer scientist named Alan Kay once said, "Technology is anything invented after you were born." So what exactly does that mean? Well, that means that if you have children or grandchildren that can pick up an iPad or a smartphone and run it without any instruction at all, and yet you struggle to just figure out how to turn it on, it's not your fault. You were just simply born in the wrong year. It's something that comes naturally to them. That's not technology to them. That's something that's been around their whole life. Just like for me, a microwave, I've always had access to and I've always been able to use. It's been around my whole life. But to my grandmother, that was a fancy piece of technology that took a learning curve for her to figure out. Not that she's not a smart woman, she has a whole other knowledge base that I don't have, and I have a lot I can learn from her. But what I want to do today, and the reason we've created TechTIME, is to help those of you at home who struggle with technology learn some of the basics, as well as those of you who may use technology every day at work or in your careers, but you don't have a chance to really explore some of the other resources that are out there. That's why we've put this together, and I'm hoping that there's something for everyone. The next one I talk about is Khan Academy. This is a favorite among schools, and this is one of my personal favorite websites, especially for parents. If you have a child in middle school or high school and they're taking algebra and it just makes you break out in a sweat because you remember how much you hated algebra when you were a kid, what you can do is when they ask for homework help, you can bring them out to Khan Academy under math, and they have lots of different tutorial videos for different things. I could come to Algebra 1, and you can see that he covers lots of different topics: linear equations, multiplying and factoring expressions, quadratic equations, lots of different things that you may not remember how to do and could help your kid out when they're trying to do their homework, or maybe you're just trying to refresh your memory and remember how to do some of these things. Khan Academy has so many great resources for you. You notice in their list they have things in arts and humanities, economics, finance. You can go in and find out lots of great resources. This is completely free. There is an app as well for Khan Academy, so you can go in and learn some of these things on the go as well. Now I want to talk about the other type of cyber threat. Those are the cyber predators that are looking to take advantage of the naive and the weak. We've known for a long time to always watch for those suspicious vehicles that might be parked in front of our house, and we always know that those are the type of people to look out for. But things have changed now. This is not the type of predator we're most at risk for. The types of predators we have to worry about are these guys, the ones that go online and look for their victims on social media, through Google, or other sources where they're trying to find information about their victims. You may not even realize some of the things that you put online make you a prime target. One example might be at the holidays time, when you receive all of those great gifts, the new Xbox, maybe you got an iPad, you can't wait to share with all your friends on Twitter and Facebook about all the great gifts you just received. However, that's a great way to let thieves and other predators know some of the things that you have available that they could take. I also see a lot where people will post things about their big vacation they have planned. This is also a great way for predators to look for victims. If you're saying that you and the whole family are going to be gone on vacation for 2 weeks, what a great way to announce to thieves that you're ready for them to come and take advantage of you while you're gone. You also have to be very, very careful about who you make friends with online. If you don't know them in person, especially if you're a minor, then you don't want to make friends with them. You may think you're talking to Sally, who's a really sweet girl, but if you've never met her in person, that really could be Jim just down the street who's looking to take advantage of you and to get information. You never know who's behind that online profile. So you want to make sure you know the people you're talking to online in person before you make friends with them on the internet. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to tap Create and Document. You'll notice when this opens up, it's really similar to what you might see in Microsoft Word. But remember, this is free and it's web-based. You don't have to download and install any special software in order to run Google Drive. Up here at the top is the name of this document. It's called Untitled Document. If I tap right up there in that window, I can rename this now. to TechTIME demo. And now it works much like Microsoft Word document. I can type right in here. And notice right up here at the top, as I was typing, it was saving. It saves automatically every few seconds. So the dog ate my homework story just doesn't work if your students are using Google Drive. It automatically saves every time you type something. It's really nice. You don't have to worry about having to back things up. It's automatically saved into the Google Cloud. Number 2, please ask before you tag. This is especially true when dealing with photos of children. If you are someplace and there's a group of children around and your child is with them, you take a picture, but you tag those other kids without their parents' permission, those photos can be found in searches and that kind of thing. And you never know who might be out there looking for those photos. It's not your choice to decide whether somebody else's children get to have their pictures online. So ask permission before you tag any of those photos. You can also set your settings in Facebook that your name cannot be tagged unless you approve it. And you want to go into your permissions and you can set that. That's the way my Facebook profile is set, so nobody can tag a photo with my name to it unless I've approved it. This also holds true for festive or party pictures. You may all be adults and you may all just be having a good time, but some people may not want those pictures put online. So think about that before you post photos from a Halloween party or the Christmas party. Make sure it's okay with the people before you post those pictures online if they're pictures of other people. Welcome back. I'm excited to show you the finished card I created on Shutterfly. Let's head over to the computer and take a look. So while we were on break, I wanted to add just a little bit of text and finalize some things on the card so you could get a real idea of things you can do when creating your own custom cards. Here's the cover of the card that I created. You can also see inside you can add a photo and a thank you message right within the card. On the back side, you can add a photo and a message. Hi there, and welcome back. My video has been created through the magic of Animoto. Let's go see how it turned out. Here it is. Here's that completed video. You'll notice that there's some options here. You can share that over email or Facebook, put it on Twitter, or share the link with somebody. There's lots of different things you can do. If you pay for the full version, you can then download that onto a DVD or CD. So it's all going to depend on how you want to use it. But for practice purposes, we're just going to leave it right where it's at, and we're going to preview it right now. All right, next I want to talk about AppZilla 4. Remember, I told you this is the app that has 200 apps right within it? There's so many different things you can do with this. You notice it's got everything from an alarm clock to a captionator, so you can stick captions onto photographs. There's card games, so many things. A lot of things that I didn't even realize you could do. There's also a color detect, so maybe you're trying to match paint on your wall. You can use the color detect application to detect exactly the color that you're trying to match. There's things like a dictionary and a drum set, so you can practice your drums. A lot of the different Google products you can access right from within here, such as Google Books and Google+. You can have a lottery number picker to help you decide those lottery numbers you want. You can get a metronome for practicing your piano. You can also see a nut guide in case if you are trying to figure out which size of nut you need to replace. You can set it right here on your phone and see whether it's a metric size or standard size. Number 5, make sure you're using a secure site. You can tell a site is secure when there's a small padlock that shows up in your browser window, or HTTP becomes HTTPS. Let me show you exactly what I mean by that. Let's head over to the computer. Okay, so I have pulled up Amazon.com here. And you notice up here in the web address, it is just http://. That's because I have yet to log in. Notice that here it says, hello, sign into your account. Because I haven't logged in yet, it is still not considered a secure site. Once I have logged in, like I have here in this tab, that has converted this to an HTTPS, which means it's a secure site. And you'll notice that my name shows up right here. Now, as far as the padlock goes, that's going to show up right here in the bar once you go to checkout. So let's just see how that happens. I'm going to go ahead and just choose something from the screen here, and I'm going to put that in my shopping cart. I choose Add to Cart. And then I want to go ahead and proceed to checkout. What happens once I take that step to proceed to checkout? Notice right here at the top, this little padlock showed up here. This tells me it's a secure site and it's safe to go ahead and enter my contact information as well as my credit card information. That's a great way for you to know if you are shopping someplace safe.